Today I'm going to teach you guys how to use proper pencil technique for very smooth application of your pencil. This is going to be used when we shade in and create shadows, create different tones in what we draw. And it tends to be your first step into being able to draw realistically. Value and shading all help students and drawing people who draw move toward realism, which is going to be one of the things that we try to tackle in this first drawing unit. So what you'll need for today's lesson is a pencil. I'm going to do this entire lesson with just a yellow number 2 pencil that you probably have laying around home. Please do not attempt this with a mechanical pencil. It won't work, okay? You'll need a ruler and you'll need a piece of paper and a flat surface to draw on. If you don't have a flat surface, you can go ahead and just use your sketchbook for this if you have a sketchbook, or put down a book underneath with a flat cover, and it'll help make sure that you don't get any unintentional pencil marks in this, okay? So, all right. So the first thing that I'm going to teach you is what a proper pencil looks like when you go to shade and add shadows to your drawing. Notice how the pencil is sharp, but more than sharp, when you sharpen a pencil, it makes more lead visible. This is going to allow more lead to go onto the paper and create smooth values. I'm going to use my ruler to create a 6-inch line. I'm going to then use my ruler to create another inch line, and then I'm going to connect the ends of those to create another 6-inch line and create a mark at every inch and draw across. It does not have to be perfect at all. Absolutely. This is just going to teach you how to create 6 values using your number 2 or HB pencil. If you have drawing pencils, see, mine's not perfect, so it doesn't have to be perfect, but there are 6 equal spaces in here. When you're using the technique that I'm about to teach you called scumbling, many call it blending, what you're doing is you're very slowly adding graphite or lead, it's not lead, it's graphite now, to the paper. We always start with the lightest value and we get a little darker in each of these squares. So how do you do this? First, let me teach you how to hold your pencil. When we hold our pencil for school, we hold our pencil like this because we're just trying to get that very tip to write. So I write with the tip. When you draw and add value, you use the whole graphite section of your pencil. So you see it automatically, I shade with the side. See how much smoother that is? This is going to allow you to blend much easier. So I teach to hold the pencil when you are shading on top. What that's going to do is make sure that most of this lead is on the paper, instead of holding it like you do in a math class or an English class where only the tip is getting there. So when you go to add value and color in these squares, I want you to practice holding the pencil on top and getting as much lead in there as possible. Now, what we do is a technique called scumbling when we go to add smooth values. And scumbling is controlled scribbles. I like to think of it in terms of circles and sometimes in terms of figure eights. but you can do this whole thing as long as you are slowly coloring it in, and you can see it's starting to add value. Now, when you start, if you are a hard pencil pusher, you don't want to start up here because it's going to get pretty dark. So if you are a hard pencil pusher, when you're starting to add value and you want a light value, I recommend holding all the way at the end of your pencil. That's going to mean that you're not putting a lot of pressure on it, and you can get some really light tones. So you might want to just practice holding your pencil at the end and seeing if you can make little circles before you start the graded assignment. So on the side of your paper, just kind of scumble, 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 blend, and see if you can create this really light, smooth value. Once you've mastered that off into the sides and practiced it a few times, I would like you to try to create a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 part value scale. And I'm going to model how to do that right now with you. Notice this is going to be my lightest value. I'm all the way at the end of my pencil, and I have most of my lead inside, and I'm making little circles. You might not even see this, how light this is in the camera, because when it comes to adding value and adding shading, you can always go darker, you can never go lighter. So we always want to start with the lightest value. Now, because that's the lightest value I can get with this number 2 pencil and still have it all colored in, I'm going to come up here and I'm going to start by replicating or matching that value that I just created. Because again, I can always go darker, I can never go lighter. Circle, circle, circle. These circles are making it smooth, right? If you try to go like this back and forth, most of the time you're gonna see these lines in here, and that is gonna flatten your shading. So if you use these circles, circle, 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 and the side of your pencil, it'll become a really smooth value transition. Now I'm just gonna keep adding more graphite and more graphite into this until it becomes just a little bit darker than that first lightest value. Now I can come up here and I'm gonna do the same thing and try to replicate the square before, using that circle, 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 figure 8, figure 8, figure 8. It's controlled scribbling. So honestly, however it works for you, as long as you don't see any direction in your pencil mark, so that's about equal. Now I want to go a little bit darker, but I don't want to go too much. So I'm just going to come and slide my hand up the pencil just a little bit more. That's going to allow me to put a little bit more pressure on that lead. The more pressure, the darker it's going to be. The more times you go over it, the darker it's going to be. So I have 1, 2, 3. This is a pretty big jump. I wish I wouldn't have gone that dark, but we'll see how dark. We only have 3 more to go, so maybe we'll come in and make this a teeny bit darker when we get to it. So again, I'm gonna come in here and make, using the side of my graphite, circle, circle, circle. I'm gonna try and replicate the square before. Trying really hard not to go back and forth, okay? In this value scale activity, you're gonna find that that might work for you, but when we go to draw something more complex, you're gonna flatten out your drawings. So this is equal, so I'm gonna squeeze up just a little bit more to apply a little bit more pressure, not too much more because I don't wanna make it too dramatic of a jump. And I'm going to scumble into this square, using circle, 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 until I get just a hair darker than the square before. If we were in class right now, I'd have you guys tell me when to stop, but that looks pretty much like 1 step bigger. So keeping my hand right where it is, I'm gonna come in and try to replicate the square before, using circle, 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 figure 8, circle, 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 figure 8, making sure that my hand is on top of my pencil, that the whole lead is in there so I'm not getting scratchy pencil marks. And that's gonna take you some practice to be able to do. This and this look about equal, so I'm going to squeeze up just a little bit more so I can apply a little bit more pressure. Not too much more, because I have to go really dark in that last one to show the darkest that this number 2/HB pencil can go. And again, if we were in live class, I would say, tell me when to stop. When's it one step bigger? But I think that that's pretty good. So 1, 2, 3, 4, but I'm gonna push you to do 5. So leaving my hand where it is, using the whole lead on the paper, I'm gonna try to replicate the square before. Using that controlled scribble method, trying to not get any pencil lines in there so it's nice and smooth. Nice and smooth, smooth, smooth. It might take a build up. I'm gonna try to replicate the square before and then go darker just to practice. Okay, that looks about right. So now I'm gonna come all the way up here and I want this is the darkest value this pencil can go, but I still don't want scribbles. I don't want any pencil marks on there. So I'm going to hold down, pushing pressure right at the end of this pencil, but I'm still circle, 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 and figure 8ing, and figure 8ing, and circle, 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 figure 8ing. And that is the darkest value that you can get. Now I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna see if any of the values look too similar, because I know that this is a pretty big jump. So I'm gonna go, this is the lightest, I'm never gonna touch that again. I'm gonna come and just darken, I'm gonna put one, I'm gonna scoot back so I don't go too fast, and I'm just gonna darken this guy up a hair. Because these looked, when I compared them, it looked pretty similar. Now I have some jumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 distinct values without scratchy pencil technique, without an up and down feel, right? Because if you try to just go up and down or across to try and do it, I'm gonna see these lines here, okay? Same with an up and down. I'm looking for you to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 distinct values that are smooth using the pencil technique I just taught you. I don't want any of this, I don't want any of this, and I don't want any of that. Thank you very much, and I can't wait to see your 6-part value scales.